Welcome to CSL TV, and I just hope you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day. Now, if you're new to the channel, this is just a review, a reaction, as well as an informational channel. Hopefully the informational part help you in something out, and we pretty much just, watch these videos and talk about them. And I got to thank the people that got knowledge on what we watching and give us more of the whole ordeal and all this crazy stuff that's been going on. And I just got to say thank you to the people that's been rocking with your boy, because you could be somewhere else trying to find these videos, but yet you rocking it out with CSL TV. And I just got to say I appreciate that so much. Now, I know y'all came here to see what's going on, and I don't like making my intros too long. So as always, I hope you beautiful people are having a beautiful, blessed day. Let's get it.
This story is heartbreaking. This is 18-year-old Olivia Flores, a high school senior and cheer captain who was just weeks away from graduating. Last Saturday afternoon, Olivia was driving her Ford Focus with two friends when tragedy struck. As she was turning into a mall in Rochester, a state trooper's cruiser slammed into her car. The collision tossed Olivia's car into an oncoming Toyota RAV4, leaving her and her friends gravely injured. Olivia was hospitalized and placed on life support, but her family made the heartbreaking decision to take her off life support on Sunday. The Flores family and Olivia's friends are mourning the loss of a young woman with a bright future ahead of her. One of her friends said this:
"Everyone loved her. Everyone loved talking to her. I loved her being there by my side. She really helped me, especially with cheer, even if it wasn't cheer related." And
her family said Olivia would do everything she loved with everything she had. The police haven't said yet what caused the accident that killed Olivia, only that it was a collision with a police cruiser. They haven't yet admitted who had the right of way at the intersection, which was controlled by traffic lights. It's unclear if Olivia's death is the fault of an undertrained or speeding cop. If this is the fault of the police, critics say it's one of the reasons we need to abolish police completely, dismantling a system of oppression where people charged with protecting the public all too often act with impunity and arrogance. At the same time, we also need to rebuild our economy so not just the rich benefit from the enormous profits our hard work creates. And because this is the United States, where most people can't even afford to die, Olivia's family has set up a GoFundMe to help pay for funeral expenses. Rest in peace, Olivia.
Man, that is crazy, and you know what I'm saying? My condolences goes out to that family, because I know that has to be one of the most hardest things you can ever do in your life. It's taking your kid off of life support, and then you got to think about why they on life support. And I hope the answers that they're looking for get solved, answered. You know what I'm saying? This will be actual real investigation, not no little bullshit watered down investigation where they try to overlook the other way because of somebody else's negligence to the road. And I don't think they probably was driving crazy or anything like that, just because of her with her friends. You know what I'm saying? They were going to the shopping center, and as we have seen, a lot of folks be on their damn phones when they driving, when they know damn well they're not supposed to. And the biggest one of them all is law enforcement, because when you driving, I see so many fucking law enforcement looking down, cruising, all this other stuff. I also posted a video of a law enforcement officer saying that he was on his phone because another officer texted him, and he was checking it, and I know damn well he was about to reply, because when he turned, a bicyclist was right there, and he fucking towed him up. He towed a bicyclist up. So I know that, you know what I'm saying, he probably was on his phone. Because how can you not see, you're an officer, you're supposed to be surveying and watching every fucking thing anyway, taking your time so you don't miss something, even though you're gonna miss it. But you're supposed to be surveying the streets, the road. At least I do, because I've been in a car accident, and I'm not trying to get in another car accident, because that shit do not feel good, going 35, 40 miles an hour, being rear-ended. That shit, it was like, damn, I could be in this situation. So they supposed to be out there surveying of what's going on. If they see she turned illegally, they supposed to stop, let her go, and proceed. But how this shit looked, it looked like he smacked her, not paying attention. And then, she's a young driver who's inexperienced, so she flew into another vehicle. And I mean, these cars are just as deadly, if not more deadlier, than a gun, because A lot of us like driving, a lot of us drive. But not a lot of people like guns, and not a lot of people have guns. But there's going to be more people with vehicles because that's how you commute, you know what I'm saying, all this extra stuff. So when y'all out there driving, please, please, please don't be on your phone. Pay attention to the road at all times because you never know. This could be you, or you can have nerve damage, and then you could be in my situation.
This story out of California is shocking. This is 35-year-old Allie Shehorn, an award-winning Hollywood makeup artist and special effects producer. Allie's worked on big-name movies like Rebel Moon and the musical remake of Mean Girls. She's won several awards for her makeup and special effects work. She was truly living out her dream career, but one morning last week, that all changed. That's when her ex-boyfriend, Nick Pascal, broke into her home around 4:30 a.m. and attacked her. Nick, an actor with minor roles in projects like How I Met Your Mother, allegedly stabbed her more than 20 times. Allie suffered multiple slashes to her neck, cuts on her arms and abdomen. Her surrogate mother, Christine White, discovered the bloody scene later that day, describing it as not a pretty sight. Just days before the attack, Allie had filed a restraining order against Nick, citing previous incidents of violence. The restraining order detailed how Nick had attacked her on several occasions using a belt, breaking down doors, and even raping and choking her. As for Allie, she was rushed to the hospital and placed in the ICU in critical condition. A few days later, Nick was arrested at the U.S.-Mexico border in Texas while attempting to flee the country. He's been charged with a number of crimes, including attempted murder and burglary. If convicted, Nick faces a maximum sentence of life in state prison. Despite the trauma, Allie has been making positive steps in her recovery. A GoFundMe page has raised nearly $100,000 to cover her medical and rehabilitation expenses. This tragic incident highlights the dangers of domestic violence. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men experience severe intimate partner physical violence. Critics say this case is a stark reminder of the need for better support and protection for victims of domestic abuse. Our thoughts are with Allie as she continues her long road to recovery.
Now that is quite crazy that this person would do something like that. And I mean, we see a lot of this stuff that goes on in the news of domestics and stuff like that. And you know, I'm just saying that it's sad that more awareness isn't put out here because so many females and even some guys, but it's mostly females that are being attacked by ex-lovers and partners who are controlling and trying to manipulate their mind to thinking that what they're doing is love, respect, all that crazy stuff, when realistically it's not. I'm just so thankful that she is making a good recovery because we hear a lot of these stories. And we also, you know, personally experience stuff like this where domestic violence takes someone's life. And to be stabbed that many times and still making a recovery, I mean, that just got to be one of the greatest feelings in the world to know that someone you love is making a recovery that could have took their life.